Hello, everyone. I'm Pawani, and welcome back to EdSpace Academy. I'm so excited to be doing this video today because this is something that I have been planning from quite a while, and finally it's happening. So, yay to that. So, it's been quite a while that I have been getting questions from parents as well as teachers. From parents, I have been getting questions related to education, studies of the children. And from parents, I have been getting questions related to their career. So I thought that it would be good if I have an expert with me. So joining us today is Rupal Gogia. She is someone who has been into the teaching industry for good 13 plus years. She has been a lecturer in biotechnology. And did you know that she has been doing online teaching since 2014, way before it has been in trend? And currently, she is a business coach and she is guiding many teachers and also aspiring coaches to build something on their own. And I'm truly excited for this episode because I'm sure that it is going to be power packed. So please join me in welcoming Rupal Gogia. Welcome, Rupal.
Thank you so much, Pawni. That was such an awesome, power-packed introduction. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad. I'm glad that finally this episode is happening and my viewers get to meet you. I'm sure that many already know you, but still, it's always great to be with a fellow teacher.
Yay, so happy.
Yes. So let us get started now. So, dear viewers, before starting, I will tell you how this will go. So, I have made a collection of all the questions that I have received over my Instagram handle. And I will be asking Rupal the questions one by one, which she will be answering. And then depending upon the length of the video, if it is too long, then maybe I will divide it in two parts or else maybe it will be one part. So make sure that you stay till the end to know how it is going because there are many amazing questions and it is going to be a brilliant session. So yeah, do watch till the end. All right. And also, I will be leaving the social media handles for Rupal's account in the description box below. So do connect with her because she brings out some amazing content. So without further ado, let's get started. So Rupal, my first question is, as a parent, when I want to enroll my child into a school, then there are different parameters that we consider, right? We consider the curriculum and we also consider the school. Now, when it comes to curriculum, I know that as a parent, maybe I will stay in one state or I can change my states within India, or else I would also know that I will be in India, or else I might go to or shift to another country. Or else I might also have an idea that which kind of system is good for my child. So depending upon that, I can select the board. But when it comes to selecting schools or colleges, the parameters, the pointers will change, right? So what do you think? What should parents keep in mind when they are about to select a school or college?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And as you mentioned, the selection of board depends on these criteria that are bigger in picture. But when it comes to school, institute, or college, I think we need to zoom in a little bit. And I can say from little bit from my experience, this could be a story if like I share. When my elder brother, my parents used to be in abroad. My elder brother was in a school there and he didn't know how to speak Gujarati or Hindi. He just purely spoke English. So when they relocated back to India, they put him in a good school because he couldn't speak any other language. They had to put in a English school, which was a really far away school from home because of this language barrier. Otherwise he would miss out on a lot of learning.
Yes.
One day that happened was he missed the school bus,
Hmm.
and because he could not communicate it properly, he didn't inform anyone. He just started walking, and this I'm talking about like 1980s, like it's before 80s, I think. Utna purana time. So there was no communication, nothing. So he was walking and coming back. The bus arrived, parents did not see my elder brother and they freaked out. And
Hmm.
that's when they decided that mera dusra bacha will go to the very nearby school. So I think as a parent, that is one thing. And even that I have seen with my sister-in-law with their kids and all, that they prefer kids going to school that is nearby, where they don't have to put too much time in the transport. Just because you want a good school, But
Correct.
if it is not in near vicinity, you don't want to send them for like an hour route one way. That's like too exhausting for a kid. So that is number one. Safety, there are a lot of parameters that way.
Correct.
Another thing, when you're looking for school, colleges, institute, nearby your home, make sure that it is properly accredited, it has proper certification, it is registered one, because this is something I have heard again, that this teach the CBSE curriculum, but it is registered under state government and it is not actually affiliated with CBSE. So these are the minute details again you need to see. Look for, they are giving equal importance to curriculum as well as extracurricular activities. Their teachers are well versed. Go and meet them, talk to them, see what kind of teachers are they, what kind of results every year they are showing, portraying. Even talk to students who are already studying there and talk to their parents and see what kind of feedback are you getting. And I think these are the small things, when you zoom in, you would be able to see that when you are sending your kid to one particular environment, what all factors would you want to make sure that they are the right fit for your kid. I think that is important.
I totally agree with you on this, Rupal. And when you spoke about the distance, that school
Hmm.
should be near to your home. Actually, this is a suggestion which was given to us by my son's doctor as well. Because
Hmm.
what he says is that if your child is very young, their bodies are not so well developed that they can withstand the travel for 1 hour. And it is
Yes.
quite obvious that morning they wake up, they travel for 1 hour, and again they come back for, see, traveling for 10 minutes, max 20 minutes is fine. They can take
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But more than that, even they feel very tired by the time they
Yeah.
come back home. And they should
True.
have that time and energy to play and do other
Yes.
stuff also. So that is also very important. And I
Absolutely.
agree with you that talking to parents also really helps. It is something that I did as a parent when I was
Uh,
selecting a school for my son, and it really did help me.
hmm.
And also, I would like to add one more pointer here, that 2020 was quite a year. When I say quite a year, it was quite a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this pointer is something which I learned then, that
Hmm.
sometimes what happens that we are doing very well financially. So we
Hmm.
keep that situation in mind. And according to that, we select a school.
Hmm.
Even if the fees is little bit on the higher end, we think that yes, we can afford it, and then we select that school.
Hmm.
But 2020 taught me that anything can happen. Anything
True.
can happen anytime. So,
Hmm.
consider your salary, consider that how much do you want to save, and how much do you want to keep as a buffer for 3 months.
True.
And maybe think about all the situations that, I mean, God forbid it should not happen to
Yeah.
anyone, but suppose if you lose your job or something happens, will you be still able to afford the fees of that school? I mean, I
Hmm.
have
That's a
seen
very
this.
valid point.
Yes, because I have seen this happening within my immediate circle. So I felt
Hmm.
that this is a very important pointer that we should all consider. And so
Consider.
I thought that we will
True.
just put it out. Yes. So while we are talking about 2020 and we are talking about COVID and what has been happening over the past 2 years, Rupal, I have also realized that the children who are appearing for their board exams, 10th and 12th exams, especially, they're quite stressed out, because last year we saw there was lots of confusion regarding the exam. How is it going to happen? Will the exams happen or not? So there was lots and lots of confusion. And I
Hmm.
think the students who are appearing this year, they're kind of recollecting all that, and they're taking even more tension.
Tension.
So the stress levels are quite high for those children,
Hmm.
and I feel really bad for them.
Yeah.
And no matter what you say, that tension mat lo, everything is going to be fine, you just put in their efforts, but you can't help
Hmm.
it. I mean, even if we
No.
were in that situation, that is what we would do. So
Yeah.
as a teacher, what is your suggestion to them, and
So
how
just
can they?
this evening itself, I spoke to my friend, who is, by the way, is a doctorate,
Mm,
and she's going to appear for PhD, sorry, the net exam.
mm,
And हम लोग 10th or 12th की बात कर रहे हैं. This person is 30 plus. Even though she is doctorate, she just wants to appear for net for the teaching job.
mm.
She's so stressed that now exams are happening. It was supposed to happen when, and now all of a sudden exams are happening, like it's really happening. So it's affected everyone, especially kids. I can't even imagine, because they are new to this concept of board exam. At least, for us, we can still be okay with it. For them, the concept itself is a big thing. Oh my God, board exams. On top of that, this rescheduling, canceling, postponing, all that has taken a toll. What I believe is what should have happened was take out the deadline out of the picture, take out the pressure out of the picture, and just focus on getting the curriculum right and learning everything. Exams might not happen in a month of whatever is the decided schedule, but you're supposed to study, you're supposed to learn, and let's just do that. What
Hmm.
is happening is by giving them constantly this deadline, ye date hai, this is the date, this might be the date. It's not the actual study pressure, it's this deadline pressure that is killing them. The exam fear is what is killing them. So I don't think there is any issue if they are doing the studies properly. So I would like to give an example to explain this phenomena better. In biology, we have this phenomena, right? We put a person in body in get set go position, the fight or flight situation where the hormones are all pumped up and they are ready to shoot. If you look at the athletes when they are let's say for example race, 100-meter 200-meter race, they are in the get set, and when the go happens they are all ready to just shoot.
Correct.
Right now this happens, this has a very heavy load of hormone that is released in the body, and they have to run because they are all high with the hormone. Now in this situation we are just making the kids get set, we are not giving them the go,
Correct.
and we are constantly making them release those hormones, which is keeping them in that position of urgency, which
Hmm.
is not good, which is not healthy. This is affecting them on like a very molecular level that we are not understanding. We are thinking ho jayega, exam hai, don't take tension and all of that, but we are forgetting biologically, psychologically how it is affecting them. It is beyond their control. We are telling them abhi ho gaya, abhi ho gaya, abhi ho gaya, but it's not happening. So this isn't the right thing. I feel taking away the deadline would have been a better approach. Maybe this would have been the time for our education system to take a little pivot and go away from just being pure exam and marks oriented system to actually knowledge gaining system. That would have been, I think, better.
Correct. So when you were talking about the get set go, you were giving that comparison. I
Analogy, yeah.
really, yes, I really love that analogy, Rupal, and it sort of took me back to my teenage years, And I
Huh.
felt that now when we look back and now when we look at children, we think that, Arey, yeah, their life is so easy. But when we go back, we feel that when we were teenagers, we had so many emotions, we had
True.
and we felt that yeah, there are so many things to do. And I realized that teenage itself is very difficult phase.
Difficult.
They don't trust anyone easily, they have their own issues, they are undergoing very big changes
Changes.
physically, emotionally also. And added to that,
Yeah.
this exam pressure is too
We
much.
cut them socially. They have no social
Correct.
circle. Like I can tell my niece, now that offline school has started and her exams are
Mhm.
going on, she used to go on a cycle, now she refuses to go on a cycle. We have to go drop her and pick her up. That shows how psychologically she is not that confident during the exam now to go on a cycle. We have cut off them from all the normal social gatherings and that ability. Even the other day my nephew was crying saying that how would I now go back to school, my friends wouldn't recognize me. We don't understand these small things
Yes.
from their perspective. हमें लगता है online classes, what do you need, sit and study, but you're not understanding how on that minute level it is affecting their kid. I mean, they are stressing over things that we are not able to recognize because we are not in that phase. We have not been thrown into that condition. And even we adults, how much difficult it is on us being able to express ourselves also, we are struggling.
Yes.
These are the kids, they can't even express all this what is happening in their mind. So I feel as teachers definitely are having a hard time with online school, not gonna lie. When I see my nephew nieces, the teachers are really struggling to keep all of them in check when the online classes are happening. You cannot blame kids because it's not easy just ek din mein class mein hai, and then you just put them on in the computer all the time, like sit and study. It doesn't happen. They are trying their best. I feel parents need to put in a lot more effort and just make sure that it's difficult on them, definitely, but I think their involvement is needed more than ever, more than even an offline time. right now is the time that you need to spend more behind your kid about the education, because we have taken it very lightly, thinking that screen ke samne bitha diya, classes are going on and you don't pay attention. It doesn't happen that way. It's really difficult for kids to pay attention for that 40-45 minutes. I'm not sure how much they are even able to grasp.
Correct.
So all those smaller things, I think we need to understand from a child, from child's perspective.
Correct. And when we were teenagers, our friends meant the world to us. And imagine staying away from them for 2 years. Oh my God, that is so difficult.
Seriously.
Yes.
Seriously.
Also, Rupal, you said that when we are talking about exams, it would be better if we not talk about the date or the timetable, that
Yeah.
by 23rd March, your exams are going to start. So make sure that you're finishing your portions by that
Hmm.
time. So if
Hmm.
we don't keep a deadline, if we are not talking
Hmm.
about the date, and instead
Hmm.
if sit and study, we
Hmm.
pay attention that what are we learning, what are the concepts that we
Exactly.
have understood, and forget about the date and just concentrate on your studies, it is going to help.
True.
So
Hmm.
here, Rupal, do you think that a routine or else a pattern, something that the children can follow will help them?
Yeah. So routine is an beautiful thing you asked.
Mm.
A scheduled timetable every day, because it is online, or at least like it is 50% right now. I think it's not even 100% offline yet. The
Mm.
sleep cycle has changed. It's not only us parents, but even kids have changed in their sleep cycle. And I see this, I'm talking from my nieces and nephew. I see that they at random times sleep, at random times they're getting up, random times they're having food, unless they have like class is there, 10-15 minutes before they'll get up and they'll come and they'll sit.
Tell
So
me about
that
it.
has, yeah. So they have lost the control over the schedule, and I think probably having a set routine would help them, like specific time to go to bed, to get up, even though you don't have to go to school, these are the timings you should follow. Specific time to get ready and dress up. We are not telling them to dress up pajama mein, they are just walking around. Have a habit of dressing up, take bath at time. There has to be a fixed place where they are sitting, taking their classes and studying, having a proper clean fixed space, especially with natural sunlight, can really help them. Not getting enough sunlight is also becoming an issue, because of less or no vitamin D, they are getting depressed and frustrated. So make sure it has a natural light as well. Give them this glasses, blue screen glasses. Have a fixed time for study. Make sure that they are also having fixed time to eat and play. Even if they cannot go out, in home only, have a fixed time to play and a different area for playing, not at the same place where they are studying. So these small things, if it is implemented in their routine, I think that would at least make their life better, compared to, it's very haphazard right now. I see that. And that is again taking a toll on them, because they don't know where to switch on the learning mode, when to
Correct.
switch on the home mode, when to switch on the play mode. They are all over the place, and I think
Correct.
it's very confusing for their brain. So if they have a set timetable, just like as if you were to go to school, you have a proper time for nap, you have proper time for having snacks, you have milk at a proper time, your schedule. Maybe try to implement that, but now at home, keeping your online classes in time, and that way I think they'll be able to study even better. And parents need to really be patient over here, because I see that we are thinking, just study these 4 pages, write these 4 pages. No, you have to really sit down with them, and you have to go page by page. If you are not having that patience, the kid is not going to have that. So I think it's important that 1 or 2 hours every day dedicatedly, both husband and wife, one by one, can spend some time with the kid, asking them, what are you learning, what did you learn in the online class today, maybe what was your homework, how did you do on the homework, did you answer the questions or not. These are the small things. Even we encourage our nephew who's here right now, we
Mm.
encourage them, unmute yourself when the teacher is asking question,
Correct.
answer it. Again, that is
Mm.
getting lost. They are sitting but they are zoning out. So these are the small things in their routine. If we implement, I think that should help.
I totally agree with you on this. So my son is in grade 2 now. The age difference is certainly there. I mean, you were talking
Yeah.
about the grown-ups, and my son is at quite an early stage. But I do agree with you when you say that it is good if they have a routine. because when these online classes started way back in 2020, initially I used to make him sit in the living room, thinking that he will be in front of me, so it will be easier for me to manage. But I could understand, because living room meant for him that, yeah, here we sit down to watch TV, so this is the entertainment time karke.
He's very relaxed.
Yeah, you could understand that what is the mood there. So after that, what I did is that there we had a separate room. So there we would have keep his books, his charts, his clothes, his system, his study table, everything. If he had to study, if he had to attend his classes, everything would happen in that room only. So, when they enter into that room, they would understand that, yes, this is the space where I need to pay attention and I need to study. And even that routine, suppose that 9 to 1 is your school time. This is when you're attending your classes. 1 to 3 is your relaxing time. 3 to 5 is your study time. Now, it may not be right on clock that 3 बज गए हैं तो आपको बैठना ही है. Just this is your time to study. 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 is your play time. So things like that. And it really did make a difference, because now he himself tells me, Acha, it is now 8 o'clock now, I should go and do this work.
Yeah.
So it really helps, and I totally agree with you on this.
Yeah, probably, I don't know if you relate to this, but when we were kids, we used to have specific time for everything. We couldn't even have like a piece of biscuit randomly in the day. We were not allowed to have package just and start eating. Even for our appetites, like we have to have lunch at time, snacks ke time mein hi snacks khana hai, dinner ke time mein dinner khana hai. So that has helped us. And I think in online scenario, we can't blame kids again, but that has gone missing, because it took time for adults only to understand how to navigate the life in these new circumstances. And now that we have adopted, I think having a routine would help not only kids, I would say even we should do it, because we being in pajamas and just roaming around and not having different place to sit and work and all, no fixed time to sign in, sign out, and all of that can really impact our mental health as well.
Absolutely, totally.
Yeah.